Okay, good morning, everybody. If you're back from the 9 o'clock home office, welcome back. If not, and you're just joining us, welcome. My name is John Hall, and we're going to spend a little bit of time today talking about bathrooms. Um, I decided to do, I'm going to, a old term I always have used, I'm going to shoot from the hip today. I'm going to do an informal webinar where I think you're really going to enjoy it, where I'm going to take a case study of actually it's a house up in Lake County where we went and did 3 bathrooms. And with the 3 bathrooms, we had different design elements in each one. I'm going to go through the floor plan with you and the elevations and talk about all the guidelines as we did with this particular bathroom. And we'll even hit on, I know it's a separate webinar, we'll even hit a little bit on the lighting plan and things like that. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask them. I'll do my best to answer them during the webinar. You can also reach me at 216-870-2644, or you can get onto my website, thehalldesignGroup.com, and I'd be happy to answer any questions as far as if you're running into issues or anything. Also, always happy to help you with the design or the project or whatever too. Okay, so let's just go through and show you just the pictures that were taken. And then from there, we'll go into the floor plan so you can get a feel of the space. This was a house, it's a traditional home, like I said, right up in Lake County. And I had done their kitchen. The couple's probably around 70 to 75 years old. And I did their kitchen about 3 or 4 years ago. And then they had me come in and do one bathroom. It's really interesting, but we're going to get a full spectrum here. This is the master. We're going to talk about that. Then there was one that was more of a cosmetic upgrade. I'll show you that one. And then the third one is where we took basically a room, an oversized bedroom, and took some space out of it and created a bathroom from start to finish. The space didn't exist, all within the house. So let's get going here. Okay, so this is what's referred to, if people have studied me, in my webinars, Understanding Cabinetry, that was a webinar a couple times ago. This is frameless cabinetry, but it's a traditional home. So this is referred to as a transitional space. So that's what when you see that cabinetry, you see had traditionalism to it, but there's no framework, there's no anything. It's just a simple shaker style door, very clean, very elegant. That dark gray, that gunmetal gray is very popular today, doing a lot of that. Freestanding tub, where people today are, I go into a lot of these homes today. I don't know if anybody out there has it, but you have a whirlpool that's over in the corner somewhere with that tile platform. It's taking up at least half of the space in the kitchen. And what's happening is you're getting into all that lost square footage where now people want this much nicer, lighter airy feel, and you're getting that with the freestanding tub. There's different views. Okay. Here's a situation. Let's use this while we're in the picture to talk about showers for a moment. Now, this gentleman had a serious health situation while I was doing the kitchen. He actually went and pulled his back golfing, and they were going on vacation. So a doctor, somebody gave them a cortisone shot, and the needle was infected, and he got a spinal infection, which almost cost him his life. So now he walks with a walker and things like that. So we need to do a bathroom where we can get and make it easy for him to get in, get out. A lot of times, and when I do projects, there's a lot of emotional situations where, like if I'm doing a kitchen, somebody's buying a house and they have me go in to look at it before they buy the house, and you got a lady that's 80 years old that's raised 5 kids in there for 40 years, and all of a sudden somebody's going to come and tear out all their memories. I have to be very sensitive to all that. I have to be very sensitive to people, me included. We're all aging, and saying, hey, should you put a grab bar? People get insulted sometimes when I say put a grab bar in. I found a way to do it very politely, but you see that grab bar there, that's for the gentleman. And forget his situation. We should all have grab bars. And the thing about it, what you can do is, and I tell people, I said, if you're, in a situation where you don't want to grab bar now, let's block out while we have the studs open. Let's block out for a future one. And then you could take a digital picture or whatever, store it so that you know where the studs are, down the road. Also here, you notice it's hard to see in this picture, but I'm going to throw a lot at you guys if it's okay this morning. I guess that's why you got up on a Saturday morning to listen to me. But, shower doors. And I don't throw many companies out that I work with, but this company, I will use nobody else, Solon Glass. And Solon Glass is in Solon naturally. And they do all my shower doors and things like that. But if you notice what we have the opportunity to do, and I'm going to get a little technical as we go through on this stuff, is the shower door width. If you hinge the shower door on a wall, you can go much wider with the door, which I was able to do. I normally like to have about 18 inches in 28 inches in a shower door, but I think I could go up to, and they would have to tell me at Solon, I think I could go up to 36, which again, are you going to ever have the opportunity where you're going to say, or the situation where you're going to fall within where you're going to need to have a walker or something to get in? So that's where you can go with a wider door. This is called a frameless glass door. It's 3/8, it's pretty sharp. One of the things that also on the top, hopefully you guys can see my pointer at home. Can somebody just type yes if they see the pointer, the arrow as it's working here? But if you look at the top here, you can see that there's no metal. A lot of times, that's called a header. A lot of times people don't want that metal. And so depending on the shower situation, you either have to have that metal or not on the top. Another thing too is if you look here with the shower door, I love doing this, you put hooks in. So you could put your towel and you could put your robe, things like that. Niche, okay, thank you, Emily. So look at the niche. Now, one of the things with these showers and that getting into custom shower is that I go and ask you for your largest shampoo. And then we make that shower niche to that size. And look how we could be decorative with it too. We can put some interesting tile in and things like that. Niches, they're usually about 14 inches high, and depending on the width that you want. I've even gone and put LED lighting in these niches. So that's something. As you're designing the shower, this is a real no-no. See where the shower head is. It's off to the right. You do not want the shower head ever pointing at the door. Okay, very important. So the shower door would always go and point not to the door. Something else that you're seeing here, this is not marble, this is porcelain tile. Porcelain tile, you can't tell the difference. You can get marble look, you can get wood looks, you can get all this. It's really, really nice looking and really inexpensive. So that marble is probably, there was probably about $6-7 a square foot. Now some tile today, let's see if I can blow this up. There we go. There's the hook. Some tile today does not have finished edges. So you're going to be introduced maybe to a term called a Schluter strip. That's a Schluter strip. It's a metal strip that you finish off the tile. I personally like it a lot using Schluter strips, I think, especially in more modern or transitional spaces. Okay. So we'll talk a little bit more about the shower as we get into the design, but that's basically the shower. Allow it for a seat. I usually want at least 15 inches deep by about at least 30 inches wide to do that. So in this bathroom, and I'll show you if I have the before on my plan, this was a closet where the shower is. We opened it up to get a large, so it ended up with a nice large shower. Okay, so let's keep going back. Another view. Oh, look at the shades. Okay, the shades go up instead of down. So when she's bathing, she can still, it creates a transom effect, in the master. Now, oh, another thing, look at this. You run into a situation where you have two sinks and you say, well, how am I going to get 2 sinks in there? How's the cabinetry going to work? I'm doing this a lot more and more, and I love it, where I take drawers and I chase out the drawers. So it creates like a horseshoe drawer inside where the plumbing goes down, and that gives me all my drawers. I also create a medicine cabinet here. Notice I always put a drawer so that when you open the door, it'll clear the faucets and clear everything. So if there's anything on the countertop. Frame mirroring, very popular today. Okay, people are more and more not doing the medicine cabinets. They want a nice large open frame mirror. Was not enough room because she wanted this medicine cabinet to put the side sconces, but normally I would put side sconces in. Something else to notice here, lighting makes or breaks a space. I don't know if you could tell by the last slides, but the ceiling's vaulted. But look what I've done. See underneath there? Lighting, LED strip lighting. Look what's on top of the cabinets. LED strip lighting creates a beautiful night light when they go into the room. There's you can see the ceiling pitch. The tile, again, porcelain tile. Write this, I hope you guys are taking notes. I'm going to shoot a lot at you here. There's a term when you go look for tile called rectified. R-E-C-T-I-F-I-E-D, rectified tile. So you take rectified tile, that means that you can almost butt it one right up to the other where you have a minimal grout line. And you can see that's rectified tile here. Look how tight the grout line is on that. Okay. Okay, now we get into more of a cosmetic upgrade. This is the bathroom that was already there, and they just wanted to upgrade it. One of the situations that we had, being a grandmother and grandfather, they wanted a shower door that did not have a track on the bottom so that they can wash the kids. Now, if this was not a heavily used bathroom, you could have put a shower curtain or a tub, shower curtain in there and move it to the side when you're bathing the kids. They did not want to do that. They did not like the look of it, and they didn't like the function of it. So what we did was we did a bypass door. We did more of a barn style type of mechanism on the top for the aesthetics. But when you open that door, there's no tracking on the bottom. So that allows them in there to go and have that clean, be able to wash the kids in that. Notice there's the niche again. Put the niche in there. This door right here, talk about maximizing the space. The stairs are behind this wall. Actually, it's a roof pitch, but the roof pitch actually starts here and angles up. I don't know if anybody has that, but what we did was we created just a front frame, and then we went and put in shelves behind there so they can maximize the storage. Okay, so here's the cabinetry that we replaced. One of the things were to keep the cost down. We put a new tile floor in, kept their commode. Notice the soffit on top because they didn't want to invest the money, and rightfully so. We even kept the same mirror, but we kept the soffit, we kept the mirroring, and then I replaced the cabinetry. Now look at the difference here with this cabinetry. We decided to do what's referred to as inset cabinetry here. There was a technical reason. I'll show you the picture in a minute if I have it. If not, I'll show you on the plan. But notice that there's flush with the frames. It gives more of a traditional appearance. And then they kept the 2 sinks. These are undermount sinks, okay, where they actually clip up underneath. And you have choices, okay. You have choices where you can go and put a wide set faucet in, or you can go and put a single hole. Okay, this happens to be a wide set. It matches with the escutcheons and everything. It's a transitional look. It matches the hardware. Look at this finish. Write this down. You want to write down what's John's favorite finish. Polished nickel. Notice that it's not chrome, but the nickel brings almost like a little hint of a golden tone to it. It's really warm, really, really inviting. So that's polished nickel. People come to me all the time and say, what does a kitchen cost? What does a bathroom cost? What does a closet cost? And I always relate it to driving a car. I say, well, what does a car cost? You know, when you go through and change your fixtures from, let's say, polished chrome to polished nickel, you could be adding $1,500 to the price of your bathroom by changing the metals. So it all depends on where you want to be investment wise and where you want your look to be. Okay, so here is the bathroom that we created. So you can see here subway tiles, okay, with a floor pattern here, frameless cabinetry. There's the undermount sink. She stayed in tune with the wide set 8-inch centers with the polished nickel. And you can't forget where to put towel bars and all that kind of stuff. And you can see here, there's a grab bar, and that doubles up as for the hand towels and the washcloths. Notice how I was able to go with a wider glass, because again, this is where I'm talking about hinging it up against. Now here's something. And you say, why do you do that, John? Do you notice that I tiled the ceiling? Some people want it tiled. I would say 85 to 95% of my clients trust me 100%, say, John, just do it. And then there's always that 3 to 5% that say, why would you want to do that? Well, the reason is because of the moisture always builds up there. Even though if you have good ventilation, you always can tend to get a little bit of mold or something up there. So it's always nice to go and to tile it. I personally like to tile it. And then you notice here also, even the little details that come into play. See how the escutcheon's square? Notice here I went with a square drain. Okay, so all those little details. I like to go with, you don't want to go with more than 2x2 or 4x4 tile on the shower floors for the pitch. Okay, just a nice look. Again, this backs up to the other bathroom, and I had the space to put in a medicine cabinet. Not as popular. Okay, so here's the bedroom. Okay, there's the bedroom, and what we wanted to do, because there was no natural light, okay, is to go and to take transoms on top. I've done that twice over the last year or two, and it turned out very nice. So it allows natural light through, even though you're in an interior space. And I also angled the door so it created more of an inviting, not feeling so tight in that bedroom. So it turned out really nice. It turned out really, really nice. Let's see if there's any other pictures that I want to show you here. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so now let's go to my command center. I'll show you the 3 rooms. Let me show you let's see if I have before on the space. Yeah. Right. Okay. Here, this was before. So this is the master bedroom. You walk in. Okay. They had a closet, linen closet, and this was the door to go into the closet. So what I did was I got rid of this. I came in, I think even another foot, and went and put the shower here. Then I went and put the toilet that was here, I put it over here. And then they had the tub. It wasn't a freestanding, it was a built-in tub they wanted to get rid of. So you can see here how small that space was. And then by working the magic, let's go to this right here. By working the magic, you could see we end up with a nice shower. Okay. And I'll read you the notes, what we did, and that'll come in, let's see. Build a custom curbless shower, floor and walls to be tiled, shower to have a built-in niche, plumb 1 shower head, 2 body sprays, and 1 hand spray. Glass panel to be doorless. Okay, so what they wanted, he wanted to have his shower, not to have a shower door. And the problem you run into with not having a shower door is if you want a hot shower, okay, it doesn't allow for it. And the other thing too was having the pitch ceilings. I just did not think it would be as effective. And we finally were able to tell him, and he understood, and we went and put that door in. There is something out there that I'm doing right now. It's called a wet room. I don't know if anybody is thinking about a wet room, but basically it's a room, okay? It's a room where it is all actually, you know what? I'm going to go to it for you, show you. Doing this job right now here in Pepper Pike. Let's see here. You guys enjoying my free style webinar today? Anybody out there? Okay, so here's a bathroom I'm working on right now. This is a glass panel going all the way across. This is all tiled, all the walls, the ceiling, the floor. More modern. You walk through the glass panel. Here's your shower. There's your tub. And then I even have a bench, a floating bench that goes all the way down through the glass all the way. And there are the controls for the shower. So you come in, turn it on, you walk in. Now the advantage to this one over the other one where there's no door is you have a ceiling at like 95 inches. So it gives you a great example of how you can do that. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. You can see why I love my job so much. I love it. This is all exciting. Okay, so we moved the commode, put the new tile floor down, price as an option. Oh, I want to go back to the shower for a second. Okay, so what are these items? Okay, so a shower head. We all know a shower head. One of the things I would do for sure in every shower would be to go and put in a hand spray to clean the shower. Women, shaving your legs. Some people, I'm doing a job right now where they decided not to put a bench where they could shave legs and things like that. I'm creating a niche at about 18 inches off the floor so the lady, the wife, can go and put one leg at a time into the niche and then have her leg raised up so that she could go and shave her legs. Body sprays. Body sprays are really nice. Body sprays where they go in and you can set them and you can get a nice massaging on your back, your lower back, your butt, wherever you want. It's really, really nice to do that. One thing also that they did not ask for here, but you have that opportunity and to do a steam unit. The job I'm working on right now where the niche for the lady with the leg, they want to price as an optional steam unit where they can go in. And I wish I had that when I was raising my daughters because they all had asthma and things like that, you know, to go in and to be able to put some menthol into the steam mist system, and that would have really been therapeutic for them. So these are all things that are out there. The other thing that's popular today on some of these showers is to put a rain head in. And that could be an additional shower head, but you know, going and putting a rain head in, you know, so those things also help. It's just a matter of what you want to invest. I embarrass the hell out of you guys when I start working with you because I ask embarrassing questions. I make you sit on the toilets. I make you say, are you showering one or two at a time? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? You know, because you need to know that as far as the size of the shower and all that. The typical shower, so you guys know, let me tell you here, let's look at this one. Okay, the typical shower is about where I would say it's pretty much standard size, 36 to 42 wide by about 54, I would say 48 to 54 long. This one is 42 wide by 6 foot. Okay, again, because one of the main reasons was for the gentleman to get in and turn the walker around, things like that. That's a large shower. But I don't know if I would ever go much bigger than that, maybe 48 by 72, things like that. So, okay, so that's the shower. Install new tile floor. Price as an option, a heated floor. Also inquire about heated floor and bench in the shower. They decided not to do that. It can be done. I do a lot of heated floors. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to heat the room. There are systems out there that do that, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about having a thermostat with a timer so that every morning when you get up and go downstairs or upstairs or whatever, go into the bathroom, it'll melt like butter. I mean, it's good. Just your feet will feel like $1 million. Okay. So that is something that to consider. It's not a deal breaker price wise. And then over here, freestanding tub, you notice I angled it to create some excitement. I will tell you where, let me see if I can get to it here. Okay. This is an investment, the filler. Okay. So if you're going to go with the freestanding tub, there's a lot of different sizes. There's a lot of different materials. You can get a freestanding tub, I would say anywhere from, I don't know how low they'll go, but let's call it $1,000 to $5,000 or maybe even up. So the difference is the materials, number one. I mean, they have materials out there that, like I think Duravit's one of the brands where they have these materials out there where they keep the water hot, as an insulator, as opposed to just your acrylic or your fiberglass. There is a couple, most people today want the freestanding, but they don't want to have the jet system. I've run into problems over the years where the jacuzzis, I don't know if anybody has one now, but the jacuzzis will go and, when they don't use them hardly ever, and they may have put in some bath oils at one time or whatever, and the black gook, all the crap, the bacteria comes out of the jet systems and it's unusable. And they've been snake bit by that. But if you want a tub, which I, either have it as a soaker or what I absolutely love is called thermal massage. And that's where you can use your bath oils, you can use anything. And what it is, it's hot air, or it could be hot air, depending on the tub you get, but air bubbles coming out of the floor, like little miniature bubbles. And that's called the thermal massage. That's really a nice situation for a tub. But getting back to this filler, okay, you could spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500 for this filler. Okay, you might find them a little bit less, but they're going to be a little more expensive. Now, what I've done is I've worked into my designs a ledge, like I would put like a floating ledge or something, and I would use a standard tub filler and put that on the top, okay? And that's a lot less expensive too, and it's a nice look. Notice again, there's that hand spray. You're always gonna want that hand spray, okay? I told you how I designed this with the lighting because of this medicine cabinet here. I put a hamper in the linen cabinet. Okay, that's a pull-out hamper there, right there. This right there is a pull-out for hair dryers and things like that. There's a company out there, if you guys want examples of this kind of stuff, I don't know if there's any do-it-yourselfers out there, but there's a company out there called Revashelf, R-E-V, and then A, and then shelf. If you want to have some fun, get on there. They have all the inserts for cabinetry and things like that. Okay, relocate the commode. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. If you don't mind me jumping back and forth, I want to show you something. Let's see if I can see it. I can't see it. This, I would do, write this down, put an asterisk next to it. When you put your toilet in, put an outlet by the toilet, because so popular today are bidet seats. Okay, a bidet seat will, instead of having a bidet, you can get a seat now, and you might do it up front. You can get a seat where it will wash you, it will blow dry you. It will wash you with a pulsating. It will do this. It will do that. It will have the toilet seat warm for you. It's a whole action. Now, you say, oh, John, that's a luxury. Why do I need that? Well, let me tell you something. As we get older, like I have a lady out here in the Chagrin Valley, and the husband's in a walker. Okay, and this is the stuff where, you know, I tell you, I'm more psychiatrist and counselor than I am, and marriage counselor, that's a big one, than I am designer. You know, how do you have a lady and be sensitive and that she's, you know, having to take care of her husband so that she's too proud to have the help come in and things like that, you know, and, you know, I introduced that bidet seat and she keeps thanking me for suggesting that. I get more and more people that are wanting that, and who knows where our life and direction our life is going to turn, but at least have the outlet there so that we can do it. That's like I said about blocking out for this, you know, for the you know, the grab bars and things like that, you know. So just something to consider. Here's that guest bath. Okay. Basically, there's really nothing from a structural standpoint in here that we did. Okay. And then here's that last bath. So there's the medicine cabinet. Okay, that's where I went and tiled all the walls, the ceiling, everything. See, now this shower here was 36 long by, let me measure this, probably 36 by about, and I'll tell you what we did, 36 by 36. What the owner, and this bathroom is hardly used, and what the owner decided to do, that was not, it was change on the field, so it's not reflected here. We actually bumped this out a little more to get that shower 36 by 48. Okay, and you see here, here's the outdoor light. So the only way, this is where I had to play Houdini and be a little creative here, was because you see this wall coming down would have went right into the window. So what I did was I angled this, put the toilet right here with a linen cabinet behind it, angled it with the door, and this is where we put the transoms in. So all this light here, even though this bathroom could have been dark as a closet, by putting those transoms on top, allowed all that light to shine through. And you notice that everywhere here we have the exhaust unit. Okay, so we put the exhaust in everywhere. And the exhausts are so quiet today. Now, let me tell you about what you can do with an exhaust unit. They have them out there where it actually looks like a recessed can, a recessed light. And what you can do is you can put that recessed light in the shower to access your shower light, and then also on top of that acts as your ceiling exhaust. These things are so quiet today, you don't even know they're running. And then not on top of that, they have them where they motion, where you walk in, they turn on or automatically, or, you know, sensitive to humidity, you know, so there's all different ones out there. Panasonic's a good one, NuTone. Most of the ones I think I get are Panasonic today. Okay, let's look at that other bathroom and see if there's anything I missed on that. Okay, there's the double sinks. Oh, here's that. This is the ladies here. And what we did here was we went and did that pull out. Okay, the pull out system. One side would be drawers, the other side would be the pull out for where she can keep her curling iron and all that kind of stuff. Curling iron and the hair dryer and all that. There's an outlet in there. She opens the system up, and then she could be working on it. Other thing too, with this glass that you can do, I do a lot of, let's say in a situation like that, we haven't gotten to that point yet of discussing the glass, but in a wet room, that glass could be clear, or what I've done a lot of times is I've actually frosted it up maybe 4 to 5 feet. So you can have your body privacy, but then you can still allow the light in the clear glass to allow the light to come through and things like that. Rectangular sinks are very popular today, as opposed to the ovals, putting the rectangular sinks in. Okay, I think we pretty much covered it. Are there any questions? I'm glad you guys took the webinar. I hope you enjoyed me doing the freestyle today. I thought we'd get a lot of fun out of that. Again, if anybody needs any help with their remodeling needs, anything, please contact me. And I'm going to be in a whole new series coming up beginning of the year where we're going to do more in kitchens, countertops, plumbing, things like that. So stay tuned for that stuff and enjoy the holidays. Stay safe. I've got a 22-pound turkey in the freezer, and I found a cabin in the middle of the woods, and going to go enjoy Thanksgiving out in the middle of the woods. So great being able to present this today, and take care. Signing off. Again, thank you. My name's John Hall. Bye-bye.